Living in every ocean of the world, orcas are the apex predator of the seas. Also known as killer whales, they're the largest member of the dolphin family. The term killer whales comes more from the fact that they kill whales rather than being whales themselves. There are actually 4 different types of killer whales living in different areas of the world, and they're distinguished by different colorations and different sizes of their eye patches. Killer whales, on top of being simply great hunters, are actually a very close-knit society. Different pods will not necessarily interact with each other, and they have their own distinct languages similar to different countries of human beings. They are a matriarchy, meaning that offspring stay with the same pod as their mother. They only interact with other whales that their mothers interact with, and they don't mix unless their mom says it's okay. There was a documentary that I read where a mother had 2 sons, and that was their pod. When the mother passed away, the 2 sons just stayed in the area of a single island, and they both passed away shortly after because they didn't know what to do. There's a documentary called Killers in Eden that is actually pretty interesting about killer whales interacting with human beings. In the 1860s to 1900s, the pod of killer whales in Eden, Australia used to help whalers to hunt whales. They would find the whales offshore and herd them into a bay. While the majority of the bay was herding the whales into shore, 1 or 2 of the killer whales would actually go into the bay and slap its tail against the water in town, letting the whalers know that they had a whale. The whales would then go out and harpoon the whale. Middle of the night, that was fine. It was one of the few areas of the world where whalers could operate at night because they were guided by those killer whales. There was an understanding that they called the law of the tongue. Once the whalers would kill a whale, they would anchor the whale and leave it in the water overnight so that the killer whales could go ahead and eat the whale's tongue and lips, which is what the killer whales were after. And then once the killer whales had had their share, the whalers would go ahead and process the rest of the whale for the meat and the oil. Another instance of killer whales interacting with humans as a society was a story of a whale named Luna in the Nootka Sound of Canada. In the documentary The Whale, it talks of this 2-year-old whale named Luna who somehow got separated from his pod. Nobody really knows why. And it just started interacting with humans. It was a big logging community, and it would push the logs around and help sort logs with the loggers. It would come up to people in boats and play with them, let them pet it, just like you see trainers doing at SeaWorld. And so it adopted the humans of that area as its family. And scientists there were able to hear it calling in its own specific dialect out for its family every day, but they never came back. Different pods also hunt different animals using various hunting techniques. BBC documentary Wolves of the Sea mentioned carousel feeding, where killer whales will round up a pod of herring and slap the outside of the school of herring, stunning some of the fish, and then they will go ahead and share on the fish. They share everything they eat as well, which I thought was pretty interesting. I've always been fascinated about killer whales and seeing them at SeaWorld as a child. But learning these new facts really interested me even more, and I hope it did the same to y'all. Thank you.